Pakwach district earlier on wasn't a district per se. It was a county known as Jonam County, back then under the Greater Nebi. It is not a very big district, but a very interesting one, with a number of ecosystems, and most interestingly, the fish that we have, which is only found in Pakwach, the famous Onangnang and Angara, that you cannot find somewhere else other than Pakwach. I have known this place for most of my time, and I know a number of issues within, ranging from the indigenous issues arising from the indigenous community and any other issues that are cut across within this particular place. The physical outlook of Pakwach shows that it's actually a floodplain, the entire district. The Pakwach environment has Lake Albert at the extreme with the borders Congo and Bulisa district. Then also we have a section of the mighty Nile that is termed as the Albert Nile because of the extension that comes from Lake Albert. So these two water bodies run the entire length of the district, a length of approximately 85 kilometers. My name is Kwayopanga Dennis. I come from this very place, Pakwach. I have lived here for most of my time, from childhood up to now. Went to schools in primary here, secondary here, before I went for higher education outside. But also most interestingly is that I got employed in this same place. The weather patterns in Pakwach previously had been the normal ones, where I would always have our usual 2 seasons. But lately, the story has changed. We are now having mostly 1 season of rain, and it is not that reliable. In fact, the rains that we experience these days are mostly erratic rains. And when they come, they are at the extreme. They don't rain as these normal rains. They rain up to the extent that they cause havoc and a lot of damages within the community. The flooding in Pakwach district has caused a lot of havoc for the last 5 years, because this flooding started around 2020 and it has been on up to now, where a number of crops have been lost in the process. We have also had buildings of people in the community being submerged. We are heading to one of the communities within Pakwach Town Council that has been ravaged by the impacts of climate change, fueled by flooding. So come with me, guys, and have a look at this community. Here we are now in one of the most affected communities in Pakwach Town Council. So you can already see that one of the challenges is means of access, how to get to the community. Without a boat, you cannot manage. Those who have phobia for water, it is a challenge to them. So we are onto the boat now, heading to Owere community. Back then, this used to be dry land, like a very wide area up to the other side. Crossing here comes with a lot of dangers. One is the wild animals. We have hippos. Of course, they now have a direct connection from the riverside up to here. We are almost at the point of landing, and just right over there is the community. This community has several villages, about 8 of them. So the first batch is within here. Then after that, we'll have to get onto water again to cross to the next villages in the community. So here we are, landing at one of the points. So we get off the boat from here and move on land. So we are already in the Owere community with some of the women who have been greatly affected by flooding in this community. This is because they are so vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, one of them being flooding. So I'm just going to be interacting with a few of them to give me their views vis-a-vis climate change, gender-based violence, and all that. Ebe penjo ni adong yore mokende ke mutema nyine di ma pong papieni teka keto kodo mon koda nyira ya rete area ma enine nyo log moko machalo nyo karo mi ot gi achok monde nyo pie teka medi kome nyoke
karo mi ot ka tu chow kama ko ngisa iwa sente do ngupe kama ke ka nam kishidi pe
sa wen nge chwin
kende sente pe igi sa wen gido da ko mon mamegi
ot ya ometo school ometo ginde mosquito net no gi ka kele iwa ko yar moko machala blazer do mo mani ko dano no dano ige deng sa sheka do no meno koko ni mo kwa ko di go dano so ko kama.
Most of these women, are the breadwinners at home. The women are part of the fishing business. They go and buy fish from these landing sites, then they have to bring to town. But you'll find the men are just around and playing their cards, playing ludos, engaged in, funny discussions around, and yet the women are out there struggling. So these women have been affected by the flooding in that their livelihoods, so that they could fend for their homes, has become so much impacted on. And also a market has been submerged in one of the communities. So it has become so hard for these women, to get money through that business. So this is the second continuation of the other road. It was purposely made for this community, but to access the primary school, just where we are heading to.
From here up to there were all the houses, even the school it affects. Now girls are most of them, they are not studying because of transport. You see here we have to cross with Kanun. Some, they have no money to cross, and it has become difficult for them. Now most of them are now pregnant. Yes. Little children. You get child, the child is keeping child.
Challenges noted here is that we have a high level of the teenage mothers coming up. This particular community, we have happened to get some of the teenage mothers here with us, and we would like to share more with them, interact with them, and they tell us their story. She says on that particular date when her labor set in, it was at 5 a.m. at dawn. And it so happened that on that particular day, it was also raining. So they moved out of the house when the labor set in and went at the waterside where we just landed. Upon reaching there, they found that there was no boat that they could use to cross over to the other side. After waiting for a short while, there was a boat that came over. They had to cross to the next island where we were before, where the market is. So upon reaching there, she couldn't now move further. So at that point, she just had to deliver from there. So basically, it was just because of the issues of access transportation. We are heading to the next sub-county called Panyimur sub-county, which is about 34 kilometers from Pakwach town, where the district headquarters is. In this particular sub-county, they have also faced challenges with flooding. And we have a school that was submerged. We also have some crop fields submerged. And some of these people have been forced to leave their ancestral areas to seek refuge elsewhere. We are at Wankado Primary School, one of the schools that was submerged, located within Panyimur sub-county. So we'll be speaking to the Director of Studies of the school in a short while to help tell us what exactly happened, how was the magnitude of the problem, when it started, how has it impacted on education services within this area, and most importantly, on the girl child. So you're welcome, madam.
Thank you. I'm Achiro Evelyn, a teacher in this school, Wankado Primary School, in the village Wankado East. Right now, I'm the Director of Study for this school. Right now, there are no students here because we had problem of flooding. There was dropout of children because of the flooding. Our girls of upper classes, got affected. Some of them dropped out and even ended up with the marriage. But we are trying to encourage them to come back. Some of them are hoping to come back next year, though with their children. They'll be breastfeeding their children from home and come back to school. This flood gave us problems. We lack a lot because we lose also a lot.
As Pakwach district, one thing we have been doing and pushing the community through is to establish a tree nursery where we nurture seedlings and we distribute them out to communities at a free cost. So we always encourage them to come and pick the seedlings to go and plant within their communities so that it can help moderate climate, also help act as windbreaks. So this we have been doing, and I'm happy that the communities have been positive. They have been picking this up. A number of them have always been turning up.
As MEMPROW, we realize that climate change has impacted on everyone, but when it comes to women and girls, it's more and more advanced. That's why, as MEMPROW, we work with these young women to take on initiatives that can help combat the impacts of climate change. Together with our partner MEMPROW, we are trying to get data, get information, then gather all this together so that we can have something consolidated and use this for a kind of advocacy. I want to call on each and every stakeholder out there to take climate change as a serious thing. Most of these impacts are because of our own activities as human activities. So when you're a stakeholder out there, when you're a leader out there, what are you doing? Let's be cautious of our activities to see to it that we are able to combat the impacts of climate change. It is upon us, the current generation, to take this up, especially my people of Pakwach. We really have to get onto the ground and put into use the mitigation measures. When we sleep, the generation after us might even face the ravages more than what we are facing now. So the journey starts now with us who are here in this current generation to ensure that we really enforce, we really put into practice the mitigation measures to climate change.